Why is the controversy surrounding the release of the accidental Prime Minister so serious? This is just another addition to a long list of movies that have courted political controversy. Sure, there is no such thing as bad publicity, it's the nature of the beast. Films come and films go. They stay memorable for the kind of controversy that they generated and the buzz that they created. It adds to their recall years later. But there is a disturbing trend seen in Bollywood of late. We Indians consume Bollywood movies for breakfast. Everyone knows it, including the government, especially the government in power. State-controlled narratives are entering mainstream propaganda through some of the top releases of late. They are powered by big banners and you don't even know it. Welcome to India. This is another episode of Beyond Left and Right. State-sponsored propaganda through the medium of films is not new anywhere in the world. India is no exception. Let's look what Edward Bernays has to say on this matter. The conscious and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the masses is an important element in the democratic society. Those who manipulate this unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government, which is the true ruling power of our country. We are governed, our minds are molded, our tastes formed, our ideas suggested, largely by men we've never heard of. This is the logical result of the way in which the democratic society is organized. And why should we be bothered by what Edward Bernays has to say? He is considered to be the god of modern-day propaganda and public relations. Also, Edward Bernays was the nephew of Sigmund Freud. Bernays put a lot of his uncle's theories into practice for developing the American propaganda. Bollywood has been used as the platform of many such targeted campaigns with or without courting any controversy. Sometimes these are quite obvious and in your face.
लाला सुन बोल रहा एक हिंदुस्तानी तुम दूध मांगोगे हम खीर देंगे तुम कश्मीर मांगोगे हम चीर देंगे.
And sometimes it's really subtle. The kinds of propaganda used in Bollywood can be bucketed under the following. War. Hypernationalism has been used as a trope in Bollywood since forever. There have been movies propagating the anti-war agenda as well. Then there is Nehruvian socialism. Most Indian society in the 60s was a result of Nehru's socialist ideals. Bollywood started reflecting that sentiment too. The poor man was the hero. Remember all those movies from the 60s? All the bad guys are businessmen, sates, zamindars who are just power hungry, corrupt and evil. And then there is moral whitewashing. Look at Sanju. It was a well-made movie for sure, but it ensured that the aura of Sanjay Dutt is morally whitewashed. It doesn't matter that the courts of law found him in contempt of justice. He served prison time, but after Ranbir codified the man, we are sure his equity has been restored to some extent in the public psyche. Or how about the Hollywood movie, The Darkest Hour, that glorifies Winston Churchill as the ultimate statesman in Britain? Many in the Western world regard him as one of the greatest personalities of 20th century. We Indians, however, hate Churchill. Just ask Shashi Tharoor. Churchill caused the Bengal famine, killing more than most evil dictators of 20th century. When asked about what needs to be done since so many Indians were dying, he's reported to have remarked, "Why is Gandhi not dead yet?" But there is another kind of propaganda, which used to sneak its way through in the past. It's political propaganda. Rajniti had shades of it, but it was a film literally about politics. It was in your face, it was plain for everyone to see. But that's not how propaganda works. If you don't hear much about propaganda, that's exactly what you're hearing. Of late, Bollywood has churned out some movies which seem to champion the politics of ruling party at the center. And then look at the films that have just been released. Accidental Prime Minister and Uri, the Surgical Strike. It's a pretty long list. You see what's happening here? You probably don't, but it's important that you do. State-sponsored propaganda, whether explicit or tacit, is never a good idea, especially when it seeps into art forms like movies consumed at a mass level in India. This is a dangerous territory. The Nazis did it, the Soviets did it, and we all know how that turned out. As a kind of speech, propaganda fundamentally involves political, economic, or aesthetic ideals mobilized for a political cause. Why is it dangerous? Because it is packaged and presented harmlessly. The power nexus must run truly deep. The controversy around the accidental Prime Minister is valid. Let's look at the example of Udta Punjab. An incumbent Shrimani Akali Dal government realized the importance of propaganda during the election time. They were concerned that a movie like Udta Punjab would show the administration in the poor light. The opposition of the AAP and Congress accused the ruling party of exercising its influence to censor the film. What we see in the trailer of the accidental Prime Minister is a specific kind of propaganda. It is the undermining propaganda. According to Jason Stanley's book, How Propaganda Works, undermining propaganda appeals to an ideal in the service of a goal that in fact contradicts this very ideal. For example, it's like justifying war with the ideals of peace as an objective. The trailer shows Manmohan Singh struggling to overcome opposition and power struggles within his own party. Dynasty politics rears its ugly head. It hints at his championing the nuclear deal against all odds. It elevates him to the status of a hero. Except that is at the cost of the Congress party. By mythologizing Manmohan Singh, the film shows his own party in poor light, and who benefits from this? The answer is simple. But what we see of late is an institutionalization of state-sponsored objectives in Bollywood. Every political party now does it. This is a very bad precedent. So what do we do about it? Nothing. Just nothing. That's the best antidote to any kind of propaganda. Because propaganda is useless if the masses do not take any action. If we don't allow it to control our motivations, we are in safe territory. Identification of propaganda is the only way to defeat it. And how does one differentiate an art form like movies from propaganda? Let Uncle Peterson explain this.
I mean, I've thought a lot about the difference between propaganda and art. So, art's actually a process rather than an end product. And with any luck, if you have a piece of art, the process is embedded in the byproduct. And so it reflects the process when you bring it into your house. And so it's an active, it's a crystallized act of exploration. And the real artist doesn't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They're exploring.
So chill. The Accidental Prime Minister and Uri look like great films and may be fun to watch. But remember where the makers of such films are coming from. Don't be swayed by their intentions. Enjoy them. This is India. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe to our channel and be updated on the upcoming releases.